is not a test, but I'm an ace that. Ice on my hand, not a cast or an ace rap. Could've been a doc for a shot, gotta take that. Timeout's over, tell the DJ bring the bass back. Okay, maybe it's the way I cook, or maybe it's the way I got your girlfriend looking. First round draft pick, but never been a rookie. And I'm not a librarian, but I do all the booking. Yeah.
Okay, I made this entire Red Bull ad using only AI and I don't even know how to write a prompts. And in this video I will show you exactly how I did it, from finding visual inspiration, to building prompts, to generating photos and final video clips. And the best part, anyone can learn it, no experience needed. Hello good people, my name is Michał Kuźmiński and this is where creativity meets technology, one topic at a time. Lately we've been seeing a wave of AI-generated ads. Coca-Cola, Nike, even agencies are starting to explore what happens when creativity meets machine learning. And here is the crazy part, this isn't just for big brands. For the first time ever, indie creators, freelancers, people like you and me can experiment with this kind of visual storytelling. And that's what this video is about. I wanted to see how far I could push it using just ChatGPT and Higgsfield to create something that looks like a real commercial. So I didn't have a script or storyboard, just a strong feeling of what I wanted to look like. I had this image in my mind, but I couldn't quite put it into words. So I opened Higgsfield Soul, a kind of visual playground for AI-generated styles, and started scrolling. And then it hit me. That early 2000s digital camera vibe, harsh flash, raw colors, a bit messy, you know what I mean, like a snapshot from a night out you almost forgot about, nostalgic, imperfect, almost like a memory. Now guys, here is the truth, I sucked at writing prompts. I'd open the AI tool, stare at the screen and just freeze. And for a while that really held me back. But then I found a workaround. Higgsfield actually makes it super easy. When you click on an image you like, it shows you the exact prompt used to generate it. And with just one click, you can copy it and start using it yourself. That's exactly what I did. I copied the prompt, drop it into the ChatGPT and build it from there. Then I tweak it a little bit, add a Red Bull can, adjust the lighting and give it that early 2000s digital flash photo vibe. So basically I used the existing prompts as training wheels. Once I locked in that look, I could apply it to any image I liked. Every time I found a pose or composition that worked, I just reused the same aesthetic and make it feel like a part of the same world. And that became my process. Copy, adjust, repeat. And honestly, it worked. Guys, quick question before we move on. Have you ever opened an AI tool and thought, I have no idea what to write here? If yes, just drop a lightning bolt emoji in the comments. I want to see how many of us are faking till we make it. So when I was scrolling through Twitter, I mean X, I've noticed creators sharing their AI videos and the JSON prompts behind them. So I tried that too. I asked ChatGPT to convert my existing prompt into JSON, and the results? Way better. JSON gives the AI structure. Instead of just make a cool image, you're saying this subject, this size, this style, and this movement. It's like ordering a pizza. You can say pizza and hope for the best, or you can say thin crust, extra cheese, and extra pepperoni, and get exactly what you had in mind. And here is the moment that changed everything. I stopped trying to be perfect. I started building the prompt with ChatGPT line by line. Instead of trying to write something great, I wrote something really clear, like make sure the can is a realistic size, no distortions on the logo or text. And that one sentence, it made a bigger difference than any fancy technique. And it still was a trial and error, don't get me wrong, but after a few generations I started getting the kind of images I actually wanted. So, the images looked great, but there was one issue. Most of them weren't tall enough for the portrait video. So I opened Photoshop and used generative fill to extend the background. Just select the empty area, click one button and boom, it fills in the missing space like a magic. This gave me full resolution vertical ready shots without breaking the style or the vibe of the original. Very, very easy. Once I had all of my images ready, it was time to bring them to life. I went back to the Higgsfield, uploaded each image and used their motion tools to generate short videos. You can pick different types of camera movement: robot arm, cinematic push, dynamic orbit. Normally, you'd need a crew for this. Here, drop-down menu. One click and suddenly your static photo feels like a real product shot. But here's the thing, you also need a little bit of patience. Some of the images looked great on the first try, others 5, 10, even 15 generations. Distorted logos, blurry text, warping. I mean, it's not perfect, but for the purpose of this ad, it was good enough. And I think in about few months these tools will probably be 10 times more accurate. So next I dropped everything into Premiere Pro and started piecing it together like any other edit. Music is super important, so I get the soundtrack from Musicbed. They've got a massive library of high quality tracks. Then I trimmed each shot, cut to the beat, add some subtle effects and color grading with the Hanser film emulation plugin, and honestly, it felt like I'm editing a real ad. And maybe that's the wildest part. By the time I was editing, it didn't even feel like AI anymore. I was just editing a video. So yeah, we've entered to a new chapter where you can create a full-on commercial without ever touching a camera. For fast creators, solo workers or tight budgets, I think this is a game changer. But for filmmakers, it can also feel like something is missing. So what do you think? Would you ever create a full commercial using AI? Or does it feel like something is missing without a real camera in your hands? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how other creators are seeing this. And maybe the future isn't about choosing between AI and real filmmaking. Maybe the real magic happens somewhere in the middle, where some of the shots are AI and other shots are captured for real. But hey, that's the whole other video.